The path of freedom from Europeans of the USA EU. Brown Africans will never be free, will never feel like dignified human beings, will never make progress as a people for as long as the dominance of our historical oppressors over us is a reality as it is today. For those who do not know what is the dominance of Europeans in Africa, it is the racist colonial interest being above the legitimate interests of brown Africans, even when their interests have nothing to do with us and bring us only backwardness. Everything Europeans that is not supposed to be part of our lives is now part of our lives, and that is used to maintain us under the Europeans and under an illusion of them being superior to us and therefore entitled to rule over us. So things like our society being about Europeans and not about us is oppression because it strips us of our interest and right. Therefore, we remain like mere slaves in our own countries and cannot be free of poverty, ignorance, diseases, and backwardness. In Africa today, as I'm speaking, 30 August 2014, our societies are based on nothing that is ours, like European languages, European identities, European culture, European ownership of our economies, European images colonizing our media. Most of the information about ourselves and the world supplied by the Europeans, while our own are nowhere to be seen. A grisly reality of us being mere slaves that generally cannot see anymore because our brains are paralyzed by the psychological warfare the Europeans of the USA EU wage against our brains. The foundation of Europeans of the USA EU colonial dominance over brown Africans are the languages on which the colonial order prevailing in Africa are built on. They grip of our information sector by means of supplying most of what goes into our brains as information about us and the world feature as second to the languages. If our brains are not under the Europeans of the USA EU grip, the Europeans of the USA EU cannot hold our economies, land, natural resources, turn our home into a place where all is about them and nothing is about us, use our women as sex objects, fill our brains with self-hate and low self-esteem because we will fight them. So the key moves to take out USA, EU, European colonial rule over us is to disable their ability to fill our brains as brown African people with any form of information as it pleases them by removing their languages, closing their media, while taking back our economies, land, and natural resources through nationalization. All those brown Africans that always defend pink dominance over us are just mentally enslaved due to the European supreme dominance of our information sector that allowed them to shape brown Africans' thinking and behavior to their own liking. Therefore, those brown African victims defending those oppressing us always repeat what the oppressors have put in their brains without thinking outside of the slave data in their brains because that is all they know as information. So they are not real threat if you are equipped with the right information to show them how illegal it is for the Europeans to have the supreme racist dominance they have over us, and how it has reduced us into the mere servant and slaves we are today in our own countries. How European supreme racist dominance is preventing us from developing and progressing like any other race in the world. It is important to note that the USA EU Europeans takes no options off the table, including the use of force if they feel that we as a people will break free from the captivity. Therefore, planning about that aspect is also crucial. They rely a lot on the mentally enslaved to prevent liberation from happening as well. Issued by Protecting Africa on the 30 August 2014.